All I'm saying is, instead of blowing up that listening post, we should have commandeered it. Imagine the kind of fun we could have had messing with the Imperials. Or the credits we could make.
As your squad leader, I'm gonna pretend I didn't just hear that.
Come on, Gunny. You telling me the New Republic couldn't use more intel? And you know war ain't cheap.
Actually, that's a good point. I guess once you steal a Star Destroyer, everything Imperial starts to look tempting.
You know, we used to be rebels. We turned into a legit republic, and suddenly we all gotta stay on the straight and narrow.
The commander's lining up a trap for Teresa Carroll. That's not enough of a con for you?
In the old days, I'd trick her for everything but a pair of boots to stand in. But I guess this'll do.
Well, when he's right, he's right. Now, how about we get some actual work done?
First, congratulations. Because you captured the Star Destroyer Victorum, our Starhawk prototype has been completed ahead of schedule. But the Empire does not know that. They believe it's still under construction. Teresa Carroll will keep hunting Project Starhawk until it's destroyed, and we've been assigned to stop her. So, using that decoy message I sent, we're going to set up an ambush. The false intel stated that you're protecting a shipment of magnite crystals essential to completing the Starhawk. With this bait, we'll draw Teresa and the Overseer deep into the Xavian Abyss, a highly volatile area of space. Here is where we set our trap. Don't worry about the convoy. It's empty and droid-piloted. However, that does mean you'll need to clear any obstructions from its path. Vanguard, I want you to defend that convoy with everything you've got. We need to make this look good. Your destination is this bottleneck. There, the Starhawk will be waiting to disable the Overseer, and hopefully, capture Teresa. Now, it might sound simple, but nothing is simple in the Xavian Abyss. Brace yourselves.
If Lyndon's right, this plan could knock Teresa Carroll off our tail. Sooner the better, if you ask me. Lyndon's convinced himself that he's put us in danger. They can't make him focus on the bigger picture while Teresa's still in it. The commander's a smart man, but everyone has someone who can push their buttons. I wonder if we can push hers, too. We'll give Teresa a harmless convoy to follow, play this out, and see just how far we can lead her. It's all about playing the long game. When the Empire occupied Mon Cala, I learned how to string Imperials along. If you seem harmless, people underestimate you. I spent a lot of time around Imperials, playing the dumb alien. A bartender, a sweeper, someone safe. Next day, the rebellion would know everything I'd overheard. It wasn't easy, but I learned to stay patient and wait for opportunities. Remember, the Xavian Abyss is no place for the faint-hearted. And Teresa knows a few tricks of her own. Keep your eyes and ears open, all right?
And Starhawk's crew.
More than ready. I selected the crew personally based on their expertise and experience. They've been training for months.
That's good. I appreciate your support on this, General.
It's a good plan, Lyndon. Just be careful. I know you have a past with the Overseer's captain. Don't let it cloud your judgment.
One moment, General. Sorry, I can't talk right now. Your squadron is waiting.
So, the boss wants to pull the old bait and switch on Teresa. I must be rubbing off on him. Of course, the key to a good con is selling it. And going into the Xavian Abyss, well, either you're too naive to know better, or you think it's worth the risk. Like, say, stopping a Starhawk from being finished. Teresa Carroll's risking the Abyss just for the chance to destroy some magnite crystals. Ain't she in for a surprise? I'm kind of excited to see our Starhawk tackle Teresa's flagship. All those engineers worked their tails off to get it finished. That's one good thing about this new republic. we're finally punching at the same weight as the Empire. One way or another, this is gonna be a show.
I've heard tales of the Xavian Abyss. They say it's swallowed entire fleets without a trace. Sending our brand new Starhawk in there is quite the gamble. Commander Jades must have complete faith in its builders. And in us, of course. We'll be the ones making this ruse work, after all. I took the liberty of studying the Starhawk's blueprints. It's not just another capital ship. It's a defense against Imperial fleets. Every spare inch is packed with lasers and munitions, but what really caught my eye was the tractor beam. If I understood the blueprints, the Starhawk's tractor beam is 10 times more powerful than that of a Star Destroyer. It's incredible. The Magnite crystals they use in the Starhawk's tractor beam are quite rare. I think they salvaged a few from the Star Destroyer we captured. My family spent an exorbitant amount of credits sourcing Magnite crystals. It's so gratifying to see them go to a good cause. Let's put our new Starhawk through its paces, shall we?
You got your choice of fighters for this mission. An X-Wing, Y-Wing, or A-Wing. They've all got pros and cons. Check the schematics and let me know what'll suit you.
G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Star Wars Squadrons with Mags, and welcome to the first mission that actually lets you choose what you're going to fly. 3 options here. We're playing on the Rebel side, of course, so we've got the X-Wing, the Y-Wing, and the A-Wing. I was very tempted to take the A-Wing in this mission because I really do like that little thing, but I played this directly after the last mission, and as I'm sure you noticed in that one, I actually really like flying the Y-Wing, particularly when it's geared up for starfighter combat. So, I'm going with one of the variants that I run in multiplayer for when I'm trying to deal with large groups of generally AI and occasionally player starfighters. So we've got the rotary cannon on the front, same as last time. We're running the ion cannon in the rear position, just to clear stuff off our tail. We're also running the multi-missile launcher, which will allow us to engage multiple targets with missiles simultaneously, and the reinforced hull. We're going to keep with the standard engine, so we've got longer boost periods, and we are keeping with the standard shields because I'm not a huge fan of some of the modified shield options you actually get. There's some pretty significant drawbacks in regards to them. But anyways, this is one of the configurations I use, and it is a hell of a lot of fun to fly in. So, we're going to jump over to the live comms now for the flight, and I hope you enjoy. Oh, nice.
As you can see, I wasn't exaggerating about the dangers of the Xavian Abyss.
Yeah. Look at that lightning.
And we got word that Teresa Carroll has taken the bait. Her flagship overseer is closing in. Good luck, Vanguard. Protect that convoy. And see you on the other side.
Oh, you can feel it, right? Chaos on every side. We don't belong here.
It's the Force sensitive doing her thing.
Hey, what happens once the Starhawk disables the Overseer? The same as the Victorum, I expect. Board it, lock its systems, and take the crew prisoner.
I don't know, Grace. I can't imagine Teresa Carroll coming along quietly.
Why are we talking about this on open comms in mission?
I hate these clouds. Who knows what's out there?
We know what's out there. A Star Destroyer with a captain who wants us dead.
Real helpful. Thanks, Gunny. The convoy's droid autopilot ain't smart enough to steer through these asteroids.
Then let's blast them a path.
Okay. You know, it's terrains like this, I really do like the way this place looks. In fact, there's one of the multiplayer maps is based on the Abyss. Okay, that's cool. I am...
Wait, look. A Star Destroyer. Or what's left of one.
I'd say it's been here a long while.
You'd think this would discourage Teresa Carroll.
Someone like her,
Oh, that's a,
It's one more insult.
God, I can't remember the name of the class. It's a, Clone Wars era, I think. Late Clone Wars era. Revenge of the Sith.
Look lively, Vanguard.
Yeah, that's
Imperial
Republic.
ships are on radar.
Scouts. Perfect. The boss's plan is working. Give them a show. Make sure they buy it. You got bad guys behind.
Oh, I don't care.
Fire.
Not in this thing.
I caught those ties scanning the convoy.
What the hell?
They know there's no magnite.
What are you... Oh, they're getting hit by ion cannon. Ah, yeah, that explains it. Okay, that's what's going on.
Enemies destroyed. They launched a missile.
It's not the most maneuverable thing, and it's not the most dynamic thing to fight in, but I just love the fact that I can just tank everything and blast back. Now, what I was going to try and say before is
They'll blast that convoy apart. Get 'em.
they've got one of this is one of the multiplayer maps. There's a version of this in the multiplayer maps, but it's environments like this that actually sort of make me a bit annoyed. I suppose annoyed isn't the word. Maybe, I don't know. I wish this was more like X-Wing or TIE Fighter. Like a proper cockpit, a proper sim. Not the arcade sim that they've got here. Because this is not like X-Wing and TIE Fighter at all. This is pure arcade. This is... The damn bomber. Turn, come on.
Bombers are toast. Now hit the fighters.
It's not the most agile thing in the world. This is... It's more like a cockpit version of like Rogue Squadron 3D or something. One of those the Nintendo 64 era Starfighter games that came out. Like Star Wars Starfighter games that came out around the time the prequels were released. It's got more of that DNA in it than it does anything to do with actual X-Wing or TIE Fighter.
Lucky I was around, huh?
I always pay my debts. Eventually.
But some of the environments are actually really nice to play in, and when, you know, X-Wing, TIE Fighter, X-Wing Alliance, and X-Wing versus TIE Fighter were made, you couldn't make environments like this. There wasn't enough computing power in the world.
Vanguard, the Imperials scanned the convoy, but the Overseer's still on approach. They must have stopped the ties before they could transmit that scan. Vanguard?
Seems like a fair guess.
Signal's breaking up. Let's push on.
The ambush point is this way. Ready? Let's go.
Alright, we got a bit of a nav point here. But yeah, you couldn't render a map like this at all. So we had these fantastic Starfighter sims, but they were really restricted on what you could do with the environments. Cutscene. Yeah, I'd love to play a full-on... Oh, that's cool.
There it is. The Overseer. Finally. We've drawn it in.
Kind of a shame that it appears in a cutscene. I'm not gonna lie, it would have been nice to fly around a bunch of rocks and see that monster just emerge from the walls on the edge of the map.
Star Destroyer.
But actually, that goes to demonstrate really well. This has got cutscenes in it like that. They're far, far more like...
Guess TrackIR decided to handle this convoy herself.
A little closer before I can actually blow this up. Yeah, it's got cutscenes in it that are a lot more like what you would have seen during a boss battle beginning or something major beginning in one of those old Nintendo 64 titles. That's what this really is. It's one of those Nintendo 64 third-person Starfighter games, arcade games, disguised as a cockpit sim. And that's not a problem. I wish it was more honest about that's what it was originally. And...
with nowhere to go. Launch fighters!
More Imperial fighters. Check behind.
Alright, let's deal with them.
Those bombers.
And I kind of wish it was more XP. Or more TIE Fighter-y, more than TIE Fighters might want. Deal with these. Couldn't turn tight enough.
They're breaking through. Enemy has me in their sights. Good job.
Got a lot.
Yeah, that's where this thing excels. This is what I use this for in multiplayer. It's when the enemy is pushing TIE bombers.
Missile inbound.
You use the Y-wing as counter. The A-wing can work too if you really need the... Jesus, it's nothing.
The Overseer's right in turbo laser range. Try to focus on the
Hey, a Star
targets.
Destroyer that knows how to use its turbo lasers. Awesome.
If we can make it to the bottleneck in time, we will. We just have to push forward.
There. That's the bottleneck the boss mentioned.
Lyndon James to Vanguard. We have you on radar. Keep going. You're almost in range.
Nice shot. Enemy is persistent.
And I know I've been critical on it in a lot of these videos when I've been recording them, because I am critical of everything. It's kind of my thing. But it's not because I want Squadrons to fail. I want Squadrons to be a success, because I want Squadrons to show that there's an interest in cockpit sims, so that perhaps, maybe, just maybe, somebody will actually make us that X-Wing or TIE Fighter follow-up. A real one. A proper one. Or if they don't, if EA doesn't, somebody might realise that there's at least a market for it and they'll start a new IP. Because nobody
You heard the droid. Got one on my tail.
The only people making sort of one of these at the moment is Squadron 42 and Star Citizen, and the fact that it's 300 million in crowdfunding at the moment to make it is actually doing more harm to this genre than good at this point. Not because I don't think they will produce a fantastic game. I actually do believe that Star Citizen will produce a fantastic game. In the long run, whenever they're finished. I think it'll be great. But I think developers see 300 million and they shit themselves thinking that that's the actual cost to make one of these. And you can make one significantly cheaper and still have it be fantastic. It's just Star Citizen is kind of like a behemoth at this point. And yeah, I think it being as large as it is doing more harm than good.
Tractor beam at 87%. Ready to trap.
My shields are down.
You heard the droid. Got one on my tail.
Fire tractor beam on my mark. We're ready. Vanguard, withdraw through the bottleneck to a safe position.
Got 'em all. Let's push on.
And there's the Starhawk.
Now.
The scan worked, Titan. That convoy's navicomputer had the sector and system we've been looking for.
We've got them right where we want them.
Okay, so I was right. Rebel superweapon. Using tractor beam technology.
Titan, return to the Overseer for immediate hyperspace jump.
We can't jump that fast. We could end up in the middle of a star or worse.
Stay and we
guy for sure. Move!
Okay, that was actually kind of cool.
Well, we know the Starhawk works. Toss the Overseer around like a loath rat.
Good. Lousy Imperials deserve payback, with interest.
Shall we just build a Death Star and get it over with?
Come on, Grace. We're still the good guys. Anyhow, we won, right?
You sure about that?
No ships coming back from that.
Let's hope so.
Alright, so that's the end of the mission. Ah, 4 out of 5. Damn it. So, what did we miss? Shot down 3 missiles fired by the Overseer. I saw those missiles coming in too and I didn't bother with them. I should have just... Only 3. That's easily doable. That's easily doable. Should have taken those down. I would have been a clean sweep. A clean sweep of all the medals. At least we got all the big ones. The efficiency medal's the main one. That's always a pain in the ass to get. I tend to get sidetracked killing stuff. Well, this wasn't a bad mission either. I enjoyed this. Anyways, ladies and gents, hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. I will be playing through the rest of Squadrons. The game is hit and miss in the single-player storyline. The multiplayer is better, and I'll probably start posting some of the multiplayer soon. I just want to put the whole single-player campaign up, because I'm sort of trying to get some stuff done to the net at the moment. I'm sort of hoping very soon, either by streaming or just directly playing and uploading. I want to start going back through some older games, and in particular, I want to go back through the older Star Wars Starfighter games, because some of them are truly great, and there's a couple of mods coming up as well that I think are really worth looking at. Anyways, ladies and gents, until next time, take care.